Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Golden Jaclyn. Welcome back to my channel. Now I know I look crazy with this bake on my face right now, but I just got something in the mail and I am super excited. I was actually in the middle of filming a different video when I got this. So this is the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill palette. I think this palette on the Morphe website and on Ulta is $38, but I actually got this for $35. I did have a Ulta 20% off coupon. You can get this on Ulta. And I also had some points to redeem. The packaging is super nice. It is cardboard, but I actually like this so much better than the plastic packaging that Morphe has on their other palettes. I actually have 4 of their other palettes. I have the 350, the 350M, which is the matte one, 35F, and 35R. I also like how this is white and doesn't get dirty. Like, you can totally clean this if you get stuff on it. It came in this really nice white box, and I'm definitely gonna cut this up, like cut this part, the front, and hang it on my wall here. I like to hang packaging just because I really appreciate packaging. I also love these pictures. When you open the palette, it does come with this annoying plastic that most palettes have on top of the shadow, so they won't, you know, get ruined or anything, but to be realistic here, no one actually keeps that. The inside does have a little note that says this palette is dedicated to all my loving subscribers. I love Jaclyn. I'm really happy for her. I know that this palette is a huge success, and I'm almost sure that this is now a permanent palette. So if it's ever sold out, fear not, it'll come back. And these colors are right up my alley. Some of my favorite shades to wear are reds, berries, oranges, blues, and I also love how she has a black. I have not swatched any of these. Normally I do swatch eyeshadows before I do videos, but I have not touched a single shade, so this is first impressions. The reason why I have this bake is because, you know, I'm waiting for it to set, and I also want to see if there's any fallout, and if there is, I can just, you know, brush it away. So I'm going to zoom you in and we're going to get started. So I'm just going to take a little brush and just sweep away some of this powder that's on my inner corners. This is definitely not a matte white. It does have some iridescence. Well, I wouldn't say it's a shimmer, but it does have some sheen to it. So I'm actually just going to take a little bit of my RCMA No Color powder and use that to set my lids. So the first shade I want to go into is this beautiful orange color right here. This is screaming my name. This is called Creamsicle, and I'm just taking a Mikasa Beauty E300 brush. I actually really like these brushes. They are very pricey, but I think they are worth it. And I'm just gonna use this as my transition shade. One thing I do have to say is that I wish this palette had a mirror, but that would have probably made it a little bit more expensive. And I do have, you know, other palettes with mirrors, so it's not that big of a deal. I've also noticed that there's not much kickback to these shadows, which is good. Okay, so I know I applied that very messily, but that's just how I'm gonna do it for this look. Next, I'm gonna go into this orangey shade right here, and this one is called Hunts. And I'm going to use this directly in my crease just to deepen it up a little. And I'm using a Mikasa E3010 brush. Why are you not focusing? Ooh, that was so easy to blend. We have like a slight sunset eye going on over here. So this is actually looking a lot more yellow than I anticipated. So I'm going to take this one right here, and this is called Silk Cream. I'm just going to take a little bit of that and put it where I put Creamsicle. Alright, so now I'm going to apply Hunts to my other eye. These shadows just blend so effortlessly, and like I said, there's not that much kickback. Okay, so next I want to take this gorgeous pink shade right here, and I'm just going to use my finger. This is called Sissy. Oh my goodness. That pigment! This is already looking really pretty, but I want to make it a little bit more intense. I'm going to take another Mikasa brush, and this isn't sponsored, by the way. I'm just trying these brushes out. This is the E230. I'm going to take some MAC Fix Plus. This is the coconut one, and I'm just going to spray it on both sides. And I'm going to dip into that Sissy shade. And by the way, this brush is not dirty. It is just a little stained because I've used it. And I'm just going to apply that Wetting the brush really brings out the gold in this shade. Wow, this kind of looks like a cut crease and I wasn't attempting to do that. You can definitely see a difference between this eye and that eye. Alright, I want to take a little bit more of Hunt's in the crease. Next, I want to take this very deep color. This is called Jax. Next, I'm going to take some of this shade called Faint, and I'm going to use this as my inner corner highlight. Now I'm just going to take some of Beam right here, and this is a Mikasa E250, and I'm going to use this as my brow bone highlight. There is no fallout under my eyes, which I think is fantastic. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is just take off this powder under my eyes, and I'll be right back with the rest of my face makeup on, and I'm gonna put some eyeliner on and do my lower lash line. Okay, so I finished applying my eyeliner. I just applied the Kat Von D Tattoo liquid eyeliner, and I was feeling gold today, so I put on the NYX Slide On Glide On eyeliner in Glitzy Gold. I love these eyeliners. So I have to be honest, I am loving this look, but the only thing I'm not digging is the brow bone highlight. I feel like it's a little too light on me. Another thing I'm not really digging, but this could just be due to the fact that I did wet the brush. Sometimes this happens to me with some eyeshadows that I wet. You probably will not be able to tell. Yeah, you can't tell. But the shimmery shadow is making my eyelids look a little aged. You can kind of tell right here. With the eyeliner, you can't really tell as much, but you can see it in person. I mean, it's not terrible, but that is just something to keep in mind. I'm gonna take Hunt's, the same color. Wait, where'd it go? I'm gonna take the same shade that I put directly in my crease, and I'm gonna use this to blend out that gold eyeliner. Now I just want to apply a little bit of black. I'm going to take the shade Abyss, and I'm going to try to put this in between the orange and gold. Don't worry, I'm going to blend it after. Now I'm going to put on mascara off camera, and I will be right back. So overall, I do have to say this palette is totally worth it. If I had to recommend any of the palettes that I've reviewed on my channel, it would definitely have to be this one. It is a little pricey, $38 plus shipping. It would be like roughly around $43. But if you can get a Morphe coupon code, Jaclyn Hill does have one. This is a pretty decent palette. I mean, there are 35 shades in here, and if you're on a budget, you will never need to buy another palette ever again if you have this. You have your reds, your oranges, your blues, your purples, your browns, your cool tones, your warm tones, your neutrals. You have everything, and pops of colors. The only thing I do have to say is I really wish there was a matte white or like a matte cream shade in here. Other than that, this palette is amazing. Like, this is definitely my favorite palette by Morphe. Totally see myself reaching for this palette. I rarely reach for my other Morphe palettes, and it makes me really sad. I'm really trying to use them more often because the quality is really good, but I think that this palette is a little bit better than the other palettes that I have. I think Jaclyn Hill did an amazing job with this palette. So that's it for this review. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!